Hello guys, welcome to another episode of BubbleteaS Gaming. Today episode will be about Jon Snow awakening and breaking down his level 4 ability. Okay, let me get rid of notepad. So, Jon Snow is the new awakened commander. And he gives, let's see, 2% attack, attack, 20, 20, 22%, 22%, 30. This awakening Jon Snow will increase him to by 30% attack passively. So is this worth it? So let's cut the chase and break it down. So basically level 1 to 3 he will give plus 30% attack extra and health. Let's see, let me check it out. I wish I had Jon Snow though. I don't have it. 4%, 4%, 4%, 8%, 8%, 8%, 8%, at level 4. 30% attack, 8%, 28% health. Let's just run up to 30% everything. So 30%. So what this means that is Jon Snow stats wise, it will be 50%, 55% total attack, health, and defense. All roughly around the ballpark though. This means that if you spend all the books and blue diamonds to level him up, he will have this stats. Is it worth it? Yes, this is very good. 55%, and if you X multiply by 5 busted commanders, you get 250% stats when you summon them all together at level 4 awakening. But what interesting here is Jon Snow level 4, which is the main reason behind the video. Okay, so Jon Snow level 4. Let's see here. So in the English translation, it says 15 seconds before the battle, all allied units at the front will receive 15% normal attack damage reduction, and other allied units' normal attack will have a 20% chance to deal 150% critical damage. So basically, it's worded a bit too long, so I used the Chinese translation. And thank credit to Dudu, she actually translated for us this in Chinese, and it's way easier. The first 15 seconds of the battle, the attacks on our frontline troops are reduced by 15%, while other troops have a 20% chance to crit 150 critical. You're gonna ask, is this good? How does it compare to Annie and Chris and all the other commanders? This is very good. This is very, very good. So let me break it down. So 15%, 15 seconds out of a 45 seconds battle is like 33%. So 0.33, and yeah, starting total attack reduction is probably going to have more effect than the end game because your front line is still at the thickest. But we assume an average, man. Don't want to go too much into calculation. 15%, 5% attack reduction. So basically at level 4 awakening, your Jon Snow, you have extra 5% attack reduction. It's slightly more than 5, it's more to 10 because the first 15 seconds is more critical than the back 30 seconds. No, it's 5 is about correct, it's about 5 to 10 though. So this is your level 4, first part of your level 4. And the second part is more interesting. So your other troops, 20% chance to incur 150% crit. So I did the rough calculation, but as you know, my math is wonky, but just get the concept and double check my math on your own time. So let's say if your infantry is attacking, let's say if your infantry spear cav, damage taken to your infantry, because it's your front line, is reduced by 5% for the total fight. While for the other 15 seconds, your spear and cav have a chance to crit. This is what I interpret the ability as. So, if you're attacking someone with a wall, your second line and third line doesn't come into about 8 seconds of the fight. So what does this mean? From the 7 second to the 15 second, you have an 8 second window to critical 150. So your spear, cav all don't attack per second. So your spear, I think, is average every 2 seconds it attack once, while your cav is every spear is 2 to 3, while cav is 1 to 2. It's really weird. But for the sake of this experiment, I'm gonna assume every second at least one troop type is attacking. So 20%. So in order to break down this math, I'm gonna have to explain to you guys from my point of view. So if I'm getting rallied and my front lines get countered, usually per second he will kill about 60k or 50 to 60. So for this it's 50. Then if my front they counter if they go even with me, they're usually killing about 30k. And if my front line counters them, it's usually about 20k per second. So let's average this out. You get about 100k per second. So 100k per second over 3 troop types, I'm gonna need to divide it by 3. So that's 33k damage per second. So for 8 seconds, if it's attacking is 5. So you have a longer window for 8 seconds. Your line can 33 crit. Instead of 33 damage, it deals 50k or 45k. And this is a 20% chance, assuming everything is average. So your net profit will be 17k. So assuming out of 8 seconds, 20%, so 2 will be critical. It is 34. So for 8 seconds wise, you have you can deal extra 34k as an average, like break even scenario. If you're getting countered, you're killing an extra about 50k more. So this ability is actually pretty good, man, because you get 5% attack reduction, means you have lesser death, and while your 2 lines countering and assuming a hit rate of 20%, you deal 150. You're actually killing about worst case scenario, you're actually killing about 17k more per second. Then 34k. How do I quantify that into shit? So 34k per second extra death on your front line over 2. If it's 2 lines paraboling, so if assuming this is 1 troop line, but if you're playing 2 troop line, you get 100k more. Remember, this is assuming even strength. So if your account is even, you get to kill 100k more, and you get and your lesser death on your infantry. This is a pretty good ability, man, but it requires you to play 3 lines to get the maximum benefit out of the 20%. Because if you're dealing infantry spear, only your 1 line benefits from the critical. That's not getting the most value out of it. But let's say if this Jon Snow was on the wall and I have 4 lines, 3 extra lines. Dealing with crit. Your bows come into play and you crit. Maybe that this is a reason to have bows on your wall though, just for the Jon Snow level 4 awakening, for them to deal more damage. I haven't seen this in action yet. I'm waiting for CCS to read the reports, but from what I gather, this ability is good, but it's not that busted. But remember, when you get Jon Snow to level 4, you're paying for the extra 30%, the extra 30% stats. So imagine your busted 5, 25% currently. You're actually having it x2 right now. You're paying more for that. And if with this and this level 4 is just a nice little bonus for you though. Yeah, this level 4 is actually pretty good, but me doing the math for the actual awakening ultimate doesn't seem game breaking. The game breaking part is in the stats though. So this Jon Snow awakening actually doesn't break the mold. Like it follows the same logic as all the other awakening commanders. Get it to level 3 and is decent enough. Keep in mind though, this is me interpreting the awakening as it is written, which can be bug or wrong. But from what I did my calculation, when you awaken Jon Snow, you're paying more for the stats though. You're paying more for the 30% attack, 30% health, 30% defense. That is the real bastard of having Jon Snow. Compare this to Sag and stuff, it has extra health, man. You can't go wrong with extra health. At level 4, oh my god, this thing is a beast. So imagine if you have one level 4 awakened Jon Snow, is equivalent to having Jon Snow and Dany that is not awakened on the other side, and you have one commander slot. This is why Jon Snow awakening is good. After looking at the math for the level 4, it's decent, but I don't think it's game breaking if I translate it and interpret it correctly. So my advice, people, like I doubt people watching my videos are gonna even consider Jon Snow though, but this is just my professional breakdown because I like to just compare the stuff. Is it worth the awakening price? That is what I'm gonna delve into. So a lot of people that I know in the training ground, like all the whales, have been actually saying that the whale is cheaper to both unlock Jon Snow and to get the level 4 awakening. So this awakening for Bastard 5 or Legendary Commanders does not use epic or elite token. They use their own custom legendary token. So they follow the same logic: 40, 80, 120, and 340. 320, 160, sorry. So it's about 600. So you need 600 Jon Snow medals to convert it to Jon Snow tokens. It's literally a 1-for-1. But keep in mind though, like at level 3 is equivalent, the cost is about 80, 240, 280. Is the same as you getting, the cost is the same as you getting another Bastard 5 to go. So it's actually balanced in terms of cost wise. You don't get value out of this. There's an argument saying that you can save a commander slot. So level 4 Jon Snow is like having 6 commanders on your wall with total attack. If you use the old reference of Peter Baelish, Sandor, Dany, Jon, and what's the other one? Peter Baelish, Cersei. The cost is about the same. You don't get extra value. You pay for what you get though. Okay, so this is my breakdown for Jon Snow. My professional and like chronicle or gameplay deduction is that level 3 is sufficient. Level 4 is nice to have. level 4, level 3 is the optimal point. Level 4, you're basically you're paying for that hidden edge when you fight with other whales. But if you're on a server where you're already the big dude with Glorious 5, you don't really need to unlock it to level 4. Level 3 is sufficient and value on its own. If from 3 to 4, you're basically paying for some total attack and this ability, which is basically a 5% attack reduction, and the chance to crit, haven't seen it in action, but this is how I interpret it. And it's 20%. I'm not gonna say it's game breaking, but it's balanced though. It's a good ability to have. Anytime the game comes out with but gachi percentage is usually pretty busted. So professional, if you wanna get this, have Go Jon Snow and get ready to buy another 600 Jon Snow medals. And the whale, as you can see from other chroniclers, I know Naughty Nim has been doing it. She has actually a full breakdown, or Moxie, of how to get the unlocking full Jon, and you can roughly see how many clicks. I won't go into the cost, but it's gonna cost you a pretty penny. To give you a rough graphic in mind, from 0 to Go Jon Snow is 300 Jon Snow medals. To fully awaken Jon Snow to level 4, you need another 600. So if you want to get Jon Snow from Grey to level 4 Jon Snow, you need a total of 900 Jon Snow medals. And keep in mind, at the shop, you have a limit of 55. So if you were to actually do this, you actually minimally have to wait 2 weeks. But the wheel is actually pretty efficient because it gives you the books and it gives you the Jon Snow medals, and I like it, man. The wheel is definitely a way to go to unlock it fast. Like, I know 3 people on the server, on the game already has it unlocked. Sunnam has it unlocked. Lord Salvo has it unlocked. CCPC I think might have it unlocked. Yep, but this, if you have the Bastard 5 and you have Jon Snow with Bastard 5, Jon Snow with level 4, is like you have 6 Bastard commanders. It's blows my mind, man. It's really good, but I just hiddenly explained the cost is something that you cannot stop halfway. So either you don't start or you go all the way. Okay. Another advice to you, like I seen people in the forums, they're complaining like, oh, this wheel is a scam, or this. This is my wheel. I haven't even touched a single time, because I identified that this product is not targeted towards me. You don't have to buy everything the game throws at you. It's up to you to make the optimal decision on whether you have the disposable income for it and whether it's right for your account. Don't need to complain to the VIP guy. We are not putting a gun to your head. Be like me. I would like to have Jon Snow, but I'm not prepared to shell out the money. So like I said 5 minutes earlier, this thing is either you don't start or you go all the way. So this has been my Jon Snow deduction video, and I hope you guys enjoy it, and see you guys next time.